Lotino kwan mapol makitiki njaro pengi on loko igointe leb mono makikaikelo ikare me peny wabekeli lokman kimuken mapol matuti yub milurange mojoin.
At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long.
Anti-economy.
I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Kuyele mono tiwa rotino kwan mapol giporo penye Akumu district.
We must know how to present all. If you talked about dates, the acceptable format of date writing.
Pony metich kiluoti wakolotino kwan mapol Gulu Primary School karpeny ke kony pala wilo fonye Irene Ayo.
Ngelo tiano mabino ke gang. Ging'eyo de wigini lufonye goe dana.
Kadong President Yoweri Museveni uchi kolomon mejoko lo komparo pilimu dong dud entoko pa petich pia nyuali Uganda.
That like me, Yoweri Museveni, I say I'm a professional because I'm a storyteller.
Amore matek kinindwa pau ya jel medre mia bongwen imwaga alibaru ya peru angwen tinne chia dek anya Sunday Akumu joli kaneno yup milorange mojoin. Nodero makidoro lo konfonye Gulu district goani mono kuya lep mono ya wertino kwan mapol guporo open ba klasa biro man mok makitimi dumia biro kaduke pene kiyaro ya chaki mecha bit nini geno wani mono lo komgonyo la pen me katkwele mono itiper bolotino kwan mapol mapikera man yang mabe piane kaduke biro la koleva chuli gang kwan weko funya megepetika romo dok bene ken gange kwo keleva chuli ken weko peken yang lep mono matia ti magekeru kwede ila pen matie ipeny me piel ini gendong nan getinga chaki obtiano kwan manchon weko bede ken matimo pen mabe ni woke fonyo kidong niang telep mono kigonya ne mabe kache obini la peny matiki report matut kibot David Magere.
Kit madong peny me mok me Gulu district utiro bale wagoni lo dero magidor lok me fonye district meno kono gitigi tam no merge tem gi mo menene gi kela loga mapia peny me PL gitimo kari beti timo peny nyo doki me peny wako bed mabe oberu tute pa dano duchu man gura dek duchu joma paju lo dero magidor lok me fonye kilu fonye nyo gan kwan miriti matek tutwal nigi ngip goro palotino kwan kawek gin gutim peny mabe. Alfred Lutwa matie inspector of school nyungat maroro gang kwan pi Gulu district kono tigi neni man food gin maromo twere kari beti adwoki me penyo nyuru kit maganyi kwan mapaparo tim kede peny food gitigi twerma food gitigi kare magiromo konyo lutino man niang pegogi.
Let us start asking so. Look at the grade for girls and for boys. Then you answer the question yourself. Otherwise, I'll take this time to say thank you so much. The other thing that you have in your document, please, let's use the document. As I said, let us not now begin to relate that we are number 1 in the district. No, we even have the district ranking from the first school to the last school, as per this city. Okay? Not as the school, but per this exam. Let us try to improve and see.
Lufonye magen gi fonyo lotino kwan magi I district man kono gunyuru tamgi kigin mabe magen gi bitimune menene ulutogi loko adwoki me peny man.
Many learners in our different schools do not know the meaning of when in the question. When is used after an expression of time, and time can be presented in many forms. The day, the real time on the clock taught by Luke and the team. Then we have the month, we have the years. We must know how to present all. If you talked about dates, the acceptable format of date writing, which is no longer what we used to know. An example, if I pick 9, I want to use question 9, I have written 9. Those days they taught us that we have this straight slash But currently, if you make a straight slash, it is wrong. It has to slant. It has to slant. If it is not slanting, it is a challenge.
That is much about it. I love to talk about what my two dear colleagues talk, the language, team leader, and the math. There is no way a learner can write an examination by practically speaking English. A learner should be acquainted in language speaking, and that one should be geared by the head teacher of the school. Emphasize on language speaking.
Now, sampling, let me go with the question number 7. That is question 7. The topic is on cattle keeping, and the exact question was, give anyone advantage of dehorning farm animals. Now, these are the applications which people do in the villages, but not very common in our area here. Now, when we ask, children were given this kind of response to make the animal look humble, to remove the breeding places for parasites. So, because in the villages they look at the ticks around the horn, so they think if you remove it now, you are removing the breeding place for the parasite, which is not the case.
No bene Dennis Ochen la konyer ma oberu la chung councilor pi jomatie kingolo igulu district ma ene oberu wele awara iniro meno me yaro pi peny mani cheng bar jakono mo kakare ne pire tek tutwal ni lu fonye mere pego du dok fony ma tek tutwal ento mekeru guri mabe menen lutino gu niango magimero I peny.
Point to say that we struggle a lot for P7 candidates to teach them far more. You're pumping them from now on. Make a good foundation, then the building will stand. P5, P6, and P. A scenario happened to me when I started for my PLE in 1993. The teachers who taught me English, I had only 2. Who started from P5, P6, and P7. That made me to score distinction 1.
Inoni ya doki peny mafudgi yaro chochoki pi moki gulu district kono lutieno maromo alibachel ki pier ngwen mia bij gu poro penyo I division U kon jomuno division ma chel tigen pier dek ya ber keken dok rom mi keng penyo be la mal magen gi tamno mergi loki lok angeya I Wan Luo TV David Magere.
Kwano teaching ti yo chil me ko nyoro pegara mo chulo kwani Roma Malnyaki primary metiaro wesina nyoma karo malupe kitama katim ke golo district Reverend Ben Ochano chogo chundo nyoro mapegara mo chulo kwani mon garama yilo malka patin ni lokki chulo gene lokom kwano teaching kadong megimeta nyima nyim lok mano katika me kwero tiano kwan miya tilka par chil mago tio kwano teaching mawapat ke Salem Vocational Training Center mati charo makelunia julu Igulu District, la jod mamewa man Ismail Jacob Jones Oberte Yupman Kongwanen report matute.
Yupman no chake kidore, palotiano kwan ya Julu Trading Center. Yunge kwero tiako kwan mamegi, lutiano kwan gen mia chil kapavya bichili, luloj megang kwan man, umiyo irgi charani, dak bene charana chil, lutiano kwan ario gibiripune, me chako tij game. Reverend Uchan Ben, la dira chel mautero lega ikar me chako kwero kwan palotiano kwan magi, lego lu nyoro, ne umir gen gute lok me kwano ti ching charo gen ma perete.
Udok kwan wili udok jimi ba nyen ka wangu, mat peoti, wa ching uno bet put nyen. Dak wan tuyu mir waniro da nene eni kelu nekwa. Wan watiki kitian malanya lanya da. Watiki kitian magitika gwape wiri manogu diyo bagi chingi pagi penyu wigi kagi duga wachwele kubini kwan kang kwa gu jupe wan waneno ki wang watien wan waticha den jimoti me kabelu ni eni
en wajunin ti ching chegina chen ma yot total piani lutiano kibe kwano tij magdong gi chako timone chuchot pedak kibe koro chiar ka yinyo tij kabere mo kenem arondo ba kene en ti latien kwana chel mabeno tiko kwana mege dok bene nyuru yom chinye yonge tiko kwan mamegem
makia gene tek maraj we irinong Ikwang, Minova, Betu, Bachan, and Mova, Minoro, my ear beauty, Idio Kwani, or Tida, in a Tian, me, Gong, Mama, or a chair, young Titi. Yama want more dog and any, better more burpe. What better yellow, you come in get dip in your cake, one of my tea. So we are there, so we are there. You know, I live a beat, I live a drag near. You know that I don't eat I more than right.
No tiano kwan mo kene ma bene go kwano choni gang kwan man bene kom karni don gitie kicha den me chakoti Jacqueline Ajol Road chingara chel ikin game Ajol Road dom kom karne tie ka chulo la tien ma mege I chini ame achel I gang kwan patero sit secondary school
wan ke mene wa charana chel wo berie wana de charana ni wa cha ko kere I kombeti ma lo ni mego wa mer charana chel Wetie dong ki charana rio ma weti ka tikere wana de weti ki gam me medone ka bitu mwa ne chi mwa manya ka dong wa mero daga dere chi wa bi po charana ni ngan man beru ki mege wa yane wan wo beru lu te anyera ma weti wa bare kwan wa chon no wa pere ki tich wa nyal chon wa ko lu te ki fu ke kem pe yot lu te pa lu ba I kombedi chawa ni arte ki la tiama tika chulo ne sini awana patero si kichene kwa patamne kwa itwa mego
Kitung chel Fifi Apio na tiena nyaga mwaga ne tipiera rio we biro en tiengat ma we ko kwan iklachi abichel we mwaga liberio kapa we chel
Bertuan dulu dia bertuan. Ani lu babu chunga dua. Mero charana chel dari wario. Kata mete lu babu mero ter madir. Mimi wa karo. Ninge mara chel. Kada ura chel nuju. No me wa me charana diario. Mero mero wa karo. Ite lo customer. Mero wa me di no charana mukene. Wabed begi lo tiang kwan ma megwa talma wan bana wabed lo tiang kwan pal kwanya megwa
Fifi Ayom Director Megang Kwan Salem Vocational Trading Center Matia Julu Dok Ben Entila Do Ot Piga mete der me gulu district Waju ki Wan Luo TV Ni chako gang kwan man Ubini yunge kwet ma mege me tim Inyang lo tiana nyer ma pol Chie magu weko kwan wako chon Ikaberu mene piani lo nyorugi Pegi tigi ker dong me chulu game.
Indong tij noy ka te. Ipo miyor ngato bol buruwa. Konye peka ti china ko padano. Ana ri iye atiu I Rome skills and learning advisor ki Facebook. Anero kit makwo padano na kama po. Demu kene gugeriwa art. Wamini gigin teach. Chalu tin watiga miyo charan. Pagin gidokere. Ikum lutian kwan matini dara rio ni dara ni pia mena idin ma watwel timole yado watiki gem ka tienu tienu tu mate chigi rombe charani
Jacqueline Akelo matika tich petutono machalo da diet malo lokum fonye igulu district unyor che chunyane kigum maraj gang kwan pagamet mafonyo teaching food pere e district man piani pol gi wengu dongoro igulu city Ikarma Gulu District Onyado City.
Wechene kai ne ana lutia ko cha ko kwan matika time boy Rome primary en maki oi class abiro ni no joma pol go wero kwan ki ko yo chi ya yom tutani lutia na nyera waki lutia go enene pe go wero kwan ki ko yo kadi ben ni ga chela rio moni go wero kwan ki ko yo da ko bon lu nyodo magitie area me patiro ki kabero mokene ni Lutiano maki bijolo ki kany manyenne o wek wel yu kat miya ki piera tek wek ka wadu ka kwero kwan wo kwe kong dong miya rio dok kede malo ka go chiro kwan me primary o miro go chiro senior ma pegiro mo chiro senior ne o miro ki wek go bien I gang kwan Salem wek go kwan tiro me teaching pien kay nero nen ikin lu kwe kwan wachwani kwan ka initiero o nyoka ikwana ikwo hai
Joseph Ebalo, Matye District Internal Security Officer, Disumegulu District, and Mabere Wilma Wara, Dark Bena Umiu Chaba Ticket, Kidong Bene Charani, bod lutino kwan magim.
I want to thank you very much, Rajan,
Amira for wuntu twa lutia kwan.
for your commitment
Pidi uchwinyu
to acquire these skills.
menongo dero.
Skills training is the way to go
Dero matichinga yegino miarwatimu.
because you become job creators,
Pian wundong uchako yuputi jupi ukenu.
not job seekers.
Peo yin teach.
I want to wish you the best as you go to create your jobs.
Amita leki uguma be ka uchiero ka yuputi jupi ukenu.
Imwaka maukati, lutino kwan magukwano igang kwan man, uberu gen piera bichel ente mwaka man, lutino kwan gwel gumete, wa mia chel kapa via bichel. Ismail Jacob Jones, bi Wan Luo Television, Igulu District.
Irene Ayo Matilu Wilufonye Megangwan Igulu Primary School Matiba Dekelai Division. Tiyu kilwod mefon lutino kwane lok paraba kibene dongo yegi wekache dongitidi mje mukene weke upoi kum lwod mawakati kwe raot kwane maana dukine tika nene kum kat pen mabe kibene ripe kido mabe pero tiyon kwan magi meklo tiyon kwan mukene medjiki ngoro me tawang owa kiburo nyingene kilote kwan lutfonya magetiyo aduki mabejo man may kira laga ita yub me teachers making a difference padul me vision group la George pa Wan Luo Television ni Jonisani Ujaga John olemo gangkwan pa yu man gangkwan Gulu Primary School en kili mege kunongo mo time kom nyokolok mamegi bachala wi lo fonye me gangkwan Gulu Primary School.
Wek fonye ubed mabe iluba chole miete ni umiero kiti ka chel danwen gurip chingi menen ki ilulok mekwan igayin kwani mapat karibet kumeno ento lu fonye mukene gitika teme menen ni gi ilulok me fonye. Irene Ayo do fonye pimwaka bor Igulu Primary School enti yu kilotiana me kupo wat wek latin unyang fonye mabe ot klasi
Ingelo tiano mabino ke gang Gingeyo de wigini lufonye go dana. Lufonye ngo gay. That is what the children have. Just like their parents also does that to them. Eno kala fonye latino bino gang kwan ini point chako beru chokere. Inyote ma eone. Then learning becomes easy. Some of them will even come to tell the teacher, now I have realized me kwan don karango me. So an machalo ana teme ke taka duju me beru chokini tiano. Maloy gen duju. Well, in case Latin Motiki Paramo, this child is able to open up. In a machala dear machala punka in young the background of a child. In Latin in a kama command, you take a work at a karma command. You will handle the child according to Gina Iningeo. And a chamokana one were poor in la bon young, or where Latin take a quark command. Chia girne wa bala instead.
Kitung chel Lily Rose Orem la wilufonye me Gulu Primary School o paro matek ayo ni en la fony makwiri dok ngeu tiche mau ilo lok medini ka chel ki fonye I school kunu.
Ayo Irene, she's a committed teacher, and when we talk of commitments, that means a teacher who is committed plans lessons, scheme also, and utilize even the times very well. She's very close to children, and she does not questions wherever you have asked her, and you delegated her to do some things. Ayu will be there for you. And Ayu, she's not only a teacher in the classroom. She takes a lot of school activities. You know, we teachers, we don't only be committed teaching a subject that we have been given.
Kidmeno bene, Charles Oria, la member me school management committee, uterni lufonyo miero, tiji unen ikom latin.
Polkare, no ka you routine ke P6. Ten kere P7. Pen P7 when you can mabe no kwane kan aga pay. So and pouring English mabe the P7 polkare ka wapenye group na. No English. Anything a lady. So mena get ma be from area. Routine man na kene when I didn't talk ni routine when school. Yen and that kind of friend when mate mate ten. Mas routine when ma pol. Like even wait to mate school time. There is one strong mind. Ma dealing ki joma itigi no chamo kene peko mo kene magang chamo kene go financial problem chamo kene la jurne peter mo be gang ikelo tamen bot madam Irene ñu wax ko ni ka ñu wax ko kay no walu ñu protein ne ki bir ka ñu wax ko di tam
Alfred Labeja ngat madoro lok me fonye gulu primary school upako madama yu ni uberu tera me fonye wero giti katimo peny mabe kache neno aduki peny me PLA ukati.
She's a very good English teacher who has been handling our semi-candidate and the candidate class now for long. Ayu Irene is being loved by the children in the class which she teaches. Not only the children in the class which she teaches, but actually generally all the children in the school. Another things which Ayu Irene is doing in our school here, she is a spiritual mentor of the children in the school, of which that one there has given a lot of values to Ayu Irene in the school. Everyone in the school look at her as a role models in the school.
Kadong Martin Ogen Road ka chelki alia akao agwek lutino kwan kilacha biru megulu primary gupako matek madama yo ni entila funy mabe dok mar lutino la bon poka.
Madam Irene Fonya primary 6 be la funy mabe la funy English la funy makere dagnyang ina tien ke dong wiyo bangen ni wang mai nya. So she's a very good teacher. I
know that she also works with the visually impaired people. She always goes there to help them, and she's so caring. Like these people for vision there. She always like if they're having some problems, she helps. I also know that she's the senior woman teacher, the assistant senior woman teacher.
Kwan biru mabe California gutiyu matek kitma madama yo Irene timo wero man ki katika bolonye epie man makilwoni teachers making different madud me vision group yobo mwaka kimwaka ikitma illu lok me fonye Uganda pi Wan Luo TV Jonisani uchaka chon Igulu City.
Kimaracha district luak makiberi oleba sub county gitiki yomchin matek ngeti ko gedo kabero mayupo pi man makibuk gipi abuga mo birchela wetangi piluak my sub county menom teach man wa otero chilling million piarabicha biro dulme aliamo women's group ikon go konyo project man matinyo village robo parish kamangat mo kono doro yubman ayobiru company mom akilobu Germany manite diocese matiko no immense Germany Robert Adiga Take a report man. Project man ni joma kutute wa kobini kabel mameki ayobiro aliamo women's group ke gony pangara chel mati wod gi lok metibo man Reverend Father Dr. John Mary Inziko. Alfred Wadribo ngara chele kino member Dr. Lok Padul man pamoni wane piere tekni mon gi yup kabel maket man umioro beti gena bichi kencharo wako kondano making party.
This is the second phase of this project. We started the last year by drilling the borehole where we applied to a diocese in Germany, and they gave us money for drilling the borehole, which we commissioned last year in December. But again, we applied for more project. That is the second phase of this water project, that is piping the water, where they have given us money to pipe the water. And currently, we are now doing the work of piping the water.
Stella Asibazuyo la member me kurupa mon eni weni gitike gen matek ni gibiti yuki pi man menene gifur potek mapol titwale ikarme oro.
This time we have very many water sources. It has reached to a point where they have pumped for us water, and whereby each and everyone is now trying to come up with a plan to extend the water up to his or her home, so that it can be easy for the person how to get the water because now in the borehole there are very many people who use it. At least this pumped water is now up to everyone's home, whereby now anytime, anywhere you can be able to find, and it has symbolized for us work.
Kevin Aitasi karan pa group pa mon man o igi digi jema pol ma iker mene ni gwaro yot kompalwak ka wen ki gwaro pi man wek pe ki bal kono ki koro project mo keno apat magi bitimo ni wokibot en mon magi.
It is our first time to start using water from tank like this. We are very glad about this, since we are still going to start using such type of water like this.
La konko la dit maloy tit yot kome otiat Oleba Health Center 3 James Anguzu ofwe matek ribe matikin group amon ma kidong jumo katika nene kiteno ko yo mekelo pi maleng Isab County.
We happen to receive this as an individual contribution, but we are grateful that it is going to help us scale up the issue of safe water coverage in Oleba sub-county. Since being a motorized well, it's been safer than the actual open source that people have been using. We are hopeful that this intervention is going to supplement on the efforts of government and other interventions that are on the ground. We have had cases of waterborne diseases, diarrhea, have issues to do with dysentery and other stuff. We believe this safe water improvement and the supply is going to add to the already struggling water coverage.
Oleba sub-county tiki pero me pere papi maleng ikaber mapol. Ikaber menoko loti papi maleng te piara bitu ya dere komia chel. Dok man futi pi maleng ma chel. Makibura bura i sub-county. Pelorangea mauchwin i Wan Luo television. Robert Adiga. President Yoweri Museveni uchiero matek latela man ludiro mon kilo tiano mon magitiete dul mon yupte me joro kon lokom kero tek pe allowance mapat ki keto tek petit pi nywala Uganda kilo boman eno berka loka beno ripe kilo diro mon kidong lutela mo keno apat gankal me kop mapajo ikar me kwero ko kinipo pilili komanda machon pa dul mon UPDF man general aronda nyakirima yumo teme munyonyo Kampala Fred Kajubi oberkono en yare wa matut ngo mautime yubman ngo makawari kidonga mo loko ningo wen wanen kompeti. Igarma o hikayo pangat mo jolo we President Yoweri Museveni ayo beru Chief Justice Alfonso Windolo Ministers kidong lutela madon dul mon UPDF. Enole makabedo maiti nyotie jema pat mamon gi yubu kiet me gwako bebedo mafut pia no kupeka ochero is Big Convention Center kama yupo no TM. General Muhozi Kaine Rugaba opa matek neno kidong bene takchin pa General Ronda mauti ukudeme kala lawala kama poli gankal mekop mapajo moko benedi mapol maola rogi kino bero lokom kira limiteki cha limpa lobo Uganda dok bene yup me national ID.
His leadership during critical moments had an effect on the outcomes of conflicts and on national security. By remembering him, we preserve these lessons for future generations.
State Minister Pilokom Lomony Machon Nehuda Abason Uleru owene pire tekni mon wujomior poi komotera madon o General Arunda.
The Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, specifically the UPDF leadership, recognized the need to honor the late Honorable General Arunda in order to entrench a culture of honoring its military heroes. It's key to inspiring patriotism in new generations and values that should be emulated, and as a way of maintaining track of our military history.
Kidoro video mo makono nyoro jema Paul Maronda utimo owa kibolo wore kidong lupayone ene iyop ni ene.
He may no longer take his giant gentle walk among us, but General Arunda's spirit lives on in the hearts of those he touched. May his legacy endure and guide us towards a future infused with the values he held dear for a better Uganda and the region.
Igara matika lokilwak President Yoweri Museveni wani mono piratek ribe pa Afrika lokum don lobo kibebero dogo wani mono General Rondo nyor mengi kume odwoko kono dei kom tidul mony kabeno kat nget matut kidir moken ma opat ma oti kure metela idul mony UPDF.
That people like General Rondo, educated and from the oppressed masses, came forward to join the resistance we had initiated right from the student days. Their education and ability to write and read documents in English quickly qualified them to work in the intelligence and the political sections of the army.
Eno wani luore matek kare man ji lokom jam chana kibale pete kwaro mamiyo kono kare matek kiben lokom yu chenta allowance pitich moiken malumon timo.
He was able to use the money that was being misused to build barracks for soldiers. As we remember, the patriotic commanders such as the late General Aronda Nyakairima, you need to touch among yourselves and find out these elements that cause this pollution. I call it pollution. Should not exist in it. I have heard stories about pension, about allowances, professional allowances. That like me, when I'm 7, I say I'm a professional because I'm a storyteller.
Museveni ofo General Muhoozi pinene lweni kom chamchana kabene omiyo rokcha bot lumon UPDF mechako kono keto lemgi gedo kabene miyo limden matino tino me yupo bebero kidong kwan palumon melobo Uganda.
But in the meantime, there are welfare needs. Education for the soldiers, the children of soldiers. Health, accommodation. Now our answer was, let's have collective solutions. Let's build army schools where the children of soldiers can study free. Yes, I'm getting a low salary, but my child is studying free. That's good. At least my child will not corner because I'm getting a low salary.
Pe logangaya mo chwiny e Wan Luo TV, Fred Kajubi. Kiwas na ila duki kwed padul maloy pene Uganda man yuneb tiuni mono aduki matekti lokom kwano ICT nyokube kitet milo karman ikom ket malotiano kwan kelufunye timo kwere science makikwano igangkwani machalo ya duki pa kwed man Makere University Business School nyomubzi yo matek gono gokati winye kechel kigang kalme fonye kituo mame yo kono fonye bolo fonye science makiti West Nile ilokom tikinyon me ICT machalo yo tel men na kilo marome fonyo science kidong bene kupeki nyonyo igai kwan senior mana chake klasa chel ario kia dek en misinia manen kong Lokman keyboard la chot mamewa Robert Adika. Mapat kikonyo ko fonyo science curriculum manyen pagai kwan senior chake klasa chel ario kia dek makayo nyen ni bene kero ni ICT omer kifonyo betie otkwan. Majalo ya dukine nene kimede kiminyo fonye bolo fonye piere tekatole kare dogman ko na fonye mekeretich karikala manyene kono ben giro ye fonye me ICT weklotiano kwan otakte mone makome. Ikare man Makere University Business School moves kuno contract nyo winye kibot gankal me fonye kituro me yo fonye itayub makilwone mono Uganda Secondary Education Expansion Project UCP yo machek me yo fonye bot fonye senior magiti ka fonyo science igai kwan magiti West Nile wakonge tiki nyonyo mameki me fonyo end science kabene medie fonye me ICT senior iroma ping. Lufone science gen piarangwen ya bor negiti kin lufone science gen aliba dek mia dek amior kifungi ilu Uganda lu idul makaro gen mia chel. Florence Drichiru lafony mechura ke chemistry St Paul Seminary pokea ya Arua City. Owene mono fonye man uyubo ng'eche mabedo twal maneti kwere ikom ICT.
This is my first time of having a training in ICT, particularly on integration of ICT in science teaching and learning. We have learned a lot, especially how to embed ICT in education, in our teaching. It has helped us so much in that during this teaching we have been taken through as to how we can take our learners through the practical teaching.
Charles Good andama lafony me biology ki chemistry St Joseph's College Ombachi mati ya Arua bene owani moro ya luak me kare mani gitia nyimdo twale kom ng'ech me ICT ke por geno fwena Amerika yile matek mamako gi ka wekichak me yung ng'ech man bod lutino kwan.
We have been equipped with the prerequisite skills in sourcing for resources digitally and embracing them in a captivating lesson that can entice learners and give them necessary generic skills sought after by the 21st century employer or the netizens for them to survive in this world which is called a VUCA world disrupted by technology.
Iva namokwaya la fula dire la komfonyo senior owani mono gankan me fone kituko kat kiyup mono fondo fweni weko bet utera me ICT ikabed magen gitiye.
One thing that I want to mention is that the USEP project, which is under the Ministry of Education, is reaching out to 3,300 teachers. These are the science teachers, and they're going to be the ICT champions in the respective schools. And the project, well, as we're talking about science teachers, we expect the science teachers to spread the gospel to all the subject teachers. So unlike before, where we're working with SESAMAT and with limited support to the science teachers, this time you are leading the way and you're supposed to model good practice.
Adit maloyo fonye ya Arua City Raymond Ombire Ombiyai owani no fonye science omero ngeti kingej makene one kon me wake yu fonye mamegit weko beti roma malo.
Let this training be a turning point for us as West Nile region to make sure that once again we are now visible in Uganda.
Dr. Joyce Mariko Kaduju Matista Administrator pefoni me primary ikar matika loro foni me chabera chelo we pera technical foni science obedikero me bayo ko nga waka chien eto obedikero me foni tino kwani mabe dok bene gunong ko ngej ni woke yup makiloni mono students financing loan scheme magamente mio.
Recently we sent application for the student loan scheme, student financing loan scheme. And I demanded to know the numbers of intake to the universities for this region called Greater North or Northern Uganda. I was told the last intake of loan scheme, actually there were 444 students. Lango had 588. West Nile, 77. Karamoja, 22. This is West Nile, comprising of 13 districts, 71 students under the loan scheme. Well, the two regions are 400, 500 plus. My dear people, this is the only time, if I can recall, ever having a minister from the Ministry of Education coming from West Nile. If we cannot utilize this time properly, we will never ever think of advancing the education of this region.
Pelowange mochwiny Wan Luo Television, Robert Adiga. Afoy tutwale na report meno kimuken mapolo weng moka tipi yintini yup milowange mochwiny kanki Wan Luo Television. ania Sunday Akumu oya gikana wapoi wini mono peking lupo Wan Luo TV social media wati Facebook wati bene I Twitter man X wati YouTube channel kabene wati TikTok kinu muken mapolo rumuko piki wani kare duju wakwanywa kuono tam kai mingi chumati area mamegi kabene inen yup mwati kwen mapapat kachebe bede gumenene iyamo man I television o yagiki pa yup man afoyo neno Wan Luo television meteki neno wa ikare duju.